After a few years, I just realized that my instrument, it's really my ears. I think that I started music a bit late than the usual because I was like in my late teenager days in high school when I got really attracted to music. Especially, I think that when I listened to Sgt. Pepper's by the Beatles, I was like, well, that's something different here on the sounds and all. All the sounds that I was listening to and hearing that record, I was like, that's different than what I'm used to here. But for me, it was just fun, and I learned how to play the guitar in the school in high school, and learned how to sing a bit. But back then, I was really attracted to engineering. So when I went to university, I started studying electrical engineer for like 2 years. And back then, I got a part-time job in the music school's library of the university that I was studying in. And there was one thing that I really noticed when I was working on that library was like, hey, people studying here and the music faculty, they look happier, and they're happier than my colleagues in engineering. At the time, my coordinator, she recommended for a course that was happening in the school, because my job in the library was to take care and to archive all the records in the library. So all the CDs, all the vinyls, I had to archive them and then transfer them to digital media like computers and the library backups. And it was really fun experience for me because I was listening to new music every day. But then my coordinator was like, hey, there's this course I think that will help you out to understand what you're doing. And it was a sound engineering course on live sound engineer. And I was attracted first because there was something related to what I was doing in the library, but at the same time because it was something that was a mixture between what I love back then, which was engineering, and music, which is something that I love as well. And I remember that in the first week of that course, my mind was literally blowing because I discovered that there was a word that basically was summing up two things that I love, which is engineering and music. So all the technical aspects of engineering and electrical engineering and the artistic side of music. In the first week of that course, I knew that I had to work with that for the rest of my life. At the end of that same year, I decided to give up on the electrical engineering course, and I did a exam for the music education course to get into the university, the same university but the music school, in the upcoming year. And that's what I did. I literally went from electro engineering course, like I was half into my undergrad, and then I started studying music.
Is there anything specific that I wouldn't know about working as an engineer that you think is worth, like, bringing extra attention to, that maybe most people wouldn't realize that you do or something?
I think that's a really good concept. When you asked if I do play instruments, and I answered yes, I play the piano, I play the guitar, I sing. But after a few years, I just realized that my instrument, it's really my ears. And for me, having a working routine here with Musiversal is not only healthy for me because now I have a routine in my life that I know that I clock into work and then I clock out, and after clocking out I have time to go to the gym and to be healthy and to have free time for me to do my hobbies and have a regular life. But the best thing for me in having a working routine is that I can respect my instrument, which is my ears, because sometimes working as a freelancer, I had the feeling that I didn't have time, to rest my ears and to take care of my ears' health, because I had to, sometimes work for several hours in a row and had no rest. or maybe working late in the night and then, waking up the next morning with my ears really tired. So having a working routine for me, because my body, my ears are my instrument, is something that is really helpful for me, especially in the long run. So this is something that helps me also to take care of my body and my ears, my instrument. And having a working routine that I can focus on lots of things at the same time in my life, it's really awesome.
Yeah, it must just be fun to be exposed to music all the time and sit there and hearing. And I'm sure you've identified like, oh, here's a song from that part of the world, there's music from that part of the world. You just get all these influences on, just people making music. Like whether or not they're professionals, they just, everyone brings something unique of themselves into music. And just to be part of that, to be sort of like trusted to take care of someone else's song, it's gotta be a pretty good feeling too.
There's also one really cool thing about our community is, yes, we work with professional musicians, and we are working with professional producers and people that are releasing their music because they want to live in the music industry. They want to, have this as a living. But there's also lots of people here doing just for fun, just because it's their hobby, especially elderly people. And where would they get help to do something like this? Because they have no contact in the city that they live in. They work in something different. Maybe, this guy or this woman, it's like an accountant or something, outside the creative arts industry. And where would they get help to express their love for music and express these thoughts? With us, because we have the enough patience to work with them. That it's a learning process sometimes, that you need to help them and to show them how to send the files correctly and what to expect in an editing session, for example. And for me, there's nothing better than doing this, because I'm helping someone to express their artist, even though they're not seeking it to do it professionally. Even though it's their hobby or they're doing this just for fun. That I have no problem in working with people that are not professionals, that they are not seeking to, release the song that I edited or that I mix or that I master. And sometimes they don't just release the song, they just show for their families and friends, and they're super happy. They're super happy about it because, they're doing something that they love, which is expressing themselves through music.
Yeah, awesome. Man, awesome. Thank you so much for this. Really great.
Thanks, William. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.